I am so excited for the open beta, but this is as far as I can go as far as the screen. So we're gonna be listening to this awesome music just to talk about these characters. And I'm not sure if anyone out there heard, but there's apparently gonna be new playable characters in the open beta, never before seen, and not even revealed, not yet to be revealed for MultiVersus for the open beta. Now, Iron Giant, the only character we know about that's going to be part of the open beta is the Iron Giant. And he's going to be the giant, or the biggest character that's going to be in the game. I'm curious to see how he looks in the game and from his size, what he's going to be able to do. I'm definitely going to be, he's going to be the first character I play in the open beta. I had so much fun playing the closed alpha test, and just all the characters that you can see on the screen are all playable. You got Buzz Bunny, Stark, Finn, Garnet, Batman, Shaggy, Tom and Jerry, Wonder Woman, Steven from Steven Universe, another character from his own show, Jake and then Superman on the top right, battling against Jake on the right side, and just so much more that's gonna be in this game and playable. But I came up with my own list today just to talk to you guys this weekend about this game, and who do you guys think is going to be playable? Who you guys would like to see playable? You can make your own list. It doesn't matter how many characters. Maybe you're looking for just one particular character to give you that selling point. I don't want to say selling point because this game is going to be free to play, but maybe it'll make you want to check it out. It's going to be an open beta, so everybody can play on every single platform. I'm not sure it's going to be on the Switch, but it's going to be an open beta, free to play. You won't need a code. All you'll have to do is just download it off your store and just be able to get access to the open beta. But just like I mentioned, I just know that Iron Giant is going to be the only character that we know about that's going to be the newest playable character. And I forgot to mention Chaz and all the other characters. Not all the characters on the screen is part of the roster. All that's missing from the screen, Harley Quinn and more. But it's just so many characters this game can have. I didn't want to make too big of a list to start talking about characters I want to see playable in this particular open beta. But it could be anybody. It could be anybody from the leaks. Some people were talking about Marvin the Martian and some other characters that's going to be in the game, and many more. LeBron James. I just don't know who it's going to be. I don't care who it is. It's just, I know it's going to be so much fun. It's going to add more to the roster. This game has so much potential to have hundreds and hundreds of characters. So it can have one of the biggest platform fighting game rosters in history with all the different rights and licenses they can get access to. They don't even have all the Looney Tunes in this game. They can get all of them in the game. But let's start with my list and just start running through it. And for my list, I put it together from Cartoon Network, anime shows for some of my favorite anime shows, and kicking it back to the old school days for Saturday morning cartoons. Saturday morning cartoons was during the kids WB times where they would show all different types of shows on Saturday morning cartoons, only on the kids WB channel, and you've seen some of these shows appear on other channels as well. But it gives them a high chance to be in this game. But I want to start with some of these anime shows and anime characters that I would like to see. It goes on and on and on. It's so many great anime shows or manga, however you want to classify it as. It's so many different characters from those worlds that can be in this game. So I'm going just from Yu-Gi-Oh! For Yugi Moto, Yu Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha, Naruto, One Piece, and Dragon Ball Z. They can get Goku up in here. I think he has a good chance. Somebody, either one of the Saiyans, the Prince of all Saiyans, Vegeta, or they can get a fusion when they did the Patara with the Patara rings or earrings to get Vegito. They can have an all-in-one character instead of just having Goku and Vegeta come out separately. But I'm sure you guys would probably like either one because some people might favor Goku over Vegeta or Gohan or Piccolo. That's a Namekian. That's a completely different character from the Saiyans themselves. They can get just about anybody from the Dragon Ball Z universe. One Piece, get Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, They can get Nami and so much more. Naruto's world. Naruto side, obviously using the Rasengan. And is Sasuke running around doing those different combos, the fire jutsu moves. He can do that. And he could be rocking the Sharingan, Kakashi, Rock Lee. It's just so many different characters. Sakura. Then you have Ninji, the Hyugas. One of the Hyugas can get in this game. But this is just somebody just starting with the anime section of characters that I want. Inuyasha that I already mentioned, and Shishomaru. I think that was his brother from the show. I think he's stronger than Inuyasha, but I forgot. I haven't seen the show in so long. Rurouni Kenshin, and just from Yu Yu Hakusho, I love Kurama. He can go Yoko Kurama up in here, and just with his demon form, the demon version of Yusuke, and he could be using the spirit gun. He doesn't even have to have his demon form. Using the spirit gun, spirit shotgun, all his different abilities. I watched so much of the show. It's my all-time favorite anime. Yu Yu Hakusho. If you guys haven't seen it before, definitely recommend it. They can definitely implement Yusuke in this game, using those spirit cups to give him a certain buff, to make him quicker and faster, just like how they utilized that feature in the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament video game that I played on the PS2. He can play something similar to that, and that's how they can really develop his moveset from and his abilities. Hiei and stuff like that, Kuwabara. There's so many different characters that I love from that show. But Toguro, who was a villain, but he came off as a protagonist as you got to know him, what he was really trying to do to better Yusuke, and he knew he was strong to really unlock his potential. So let me know what you guys think for these different anime shows and different characters from anime. It's just too many shows. It's too many anime shows to go on and on. But I want to get on to the other characters from Kids WB shows. I'm gonna name other Cartoon Network shows. Anybody watch Xiaolin Showdown? Remember that? When Omi, Kimiko, Raimundo, and Clay. Omi had the power of water. They can get either one of those characters. And they're part of the Kids WB Saturday morning cartoons. Why not them? See what I'm saying? And you got 4 different characters that you pick up with all these different elemental specialists. Kimiko she had the power of fire. Raimundo had wind, and then Clay, he had earth. And then Omi had water. So it's just amazing shows. Mucha Lucha for Ricochet. I would like to have him in the game. Just all those different shows that they had. Cubix, Robots for Everyone. I would like to have Cubix in the game. I'm not saying these characters were probably not going to be in the beta, but it's just like some characters are going to be realistic picks, and then some of them are going to be unrealistic picks that are probably not going to be available into the game later on. But this is just my list of characters I want to see, maybe by surprise, and it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be someone from the files or the leaks or someone. It could really be someone that we least expected to be in this game, like Iron Giant. I was gonna say Iron Man, but I do have some Marvel characters too. I want to mention too, but I'm not gonna get to those yet. But Cubix was such a classic show. I don't know if anyone watched them. He was like a little friendly robot who would protect the town. And I forgot the villain's name, some kind of evil professor who would always be up to no good. Anybody remember Johnny Test? I forgot Johnny Test was part of this. Was part of Kids WB because I first watched it on Cartoon Network. See what I'm saying? Johnny Test. Let's get the other Johnny in the game, Johnny Bravo. So I kept him in my list. Courage the Cowardly Dog, just a legendary cartoon, one of my all-time favorite Cartoon Network shows. I would love to see him be in this game. If they want to be funny, they can get Muriel Bang back. I forgot her last name. Eustace, just for some fun. They can have Cats, the red cat. Said, "I'm Cats." They can have him in the game from his show. It's just like from when you name a show for this game, they can continue to expand from that universe. From Courage the Cowardly Dog, from villains, Le Quack. See what I'm saying? Just all these different villains from Courage that I love watching. Codename Kids Next Door or KND. Let's get some reps in there. I would like to see them. It could be number 4. It could be number 3. Is behind that smile. She's crazy. She can really get mad and be dangerous. They can really utilize her as a good Kids Next Door rep for the show. Number 2, it doesn't matter who they can get. Number 5, they're all cool. Let's get all 5 of them in the game. Number 4 is he's a fighter. So I think he's a much bigger fit. I would say number 4, 3, and 1, and maybe possibly 5. But I would put number 2 at the bottom. But he's still cool and has the potential to be in the game too. He can have his own unique, just slide moves to be able to be added into this game. It's just so many good characters. Dexter's Laboratory with Dexter and his sister Dee Dee. They had Mandark, who had a crush on Dee Dee, something like that. But he's a villain from the show. But I don't know, how would Dexter fight? I wonder if he could be in that little mech when he was shooting them dodgeballs. He can be using that and controlling that. But he can be his own little, he can fight by himself, having all these different genius inventions and potions that he can throw to slow the opponent down. A potion, just similar to something like how Velma has that goo, that blue goo. I think it slows. I think it'll freeze the opponent. I forgot. Slowly freeze the opponent the longer they stay in that particular zone. He could have something like that with some of his potions that he can throw. Almost similar to how what Embryo does in Crash Bandicoot when he throws those potions at you or something like that. But these characters are just so many iconic characters. Ben 10, he's another top favorite. Just to go through the list, Ben 10, he can have I think he's gonna have one of the biggest movesets in the game. Because he has so many different forms. I don't know if they can get. It doesn't matter. Ben 10, as long as it's Ben 10, I think he's gonna get picked up. A lot of people are gonna pick him with all the different forms that he has. The Omnitrix. I don't know which version of Ben 10 they would get, but I would like to see the original one from the Cartoon Network. Daffy Duck. Who's it to say? Maybe he's probably gonna come out as the Dodgers. That could be a skin. That could be a paid DLC. Maybe a skin that you can unlock as you level him up. Something like that. Or maybe he can just be himself. But you cannot have, I don't know. I don't see just Bugs Bunny being in this game by himself. And you got Bugs Bunny and Taz. You got 2 Looney Tunes. You don't have any, is there any other Looney Tunes? I think it's only Bugs Bunny and Taz that are part of this roster. They definitely deserve to have some other Looney Tunes to be implemented into this game. And Lola Bunny, I put her in it. Elmer, Wilde Coyote, Elmer Fudd, he could be shooting people with a shotgun. It's rabbit season, duck season. But see the interactions. I mentioned this before. See how they all have different interactions. Superman says something to Batman. Batman says something to Harley Quinn. You see Batman and Shaggy on the front of the screen, on the cover for the title. They say something. They have unique dialogue options. So Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny can exchange interactions even whether they're going against each other or they're on the same team. And he'd say, like, looks like it's rabbit season. I mentioned this before. And they can just have interactions. And then Bugs Bunny can have an interaction with unique dialogues with Lola Bunny. See how she was playing with him? She destroyed him on the court one-on-one. Want to play one-on-one? Y'all remember that for Space Jam? So she really she took him right to the court and just destroyed him. So they can have that, they can reference that. See, that's a cool idea. Reference that little quote just to reference the first Space Jam. I love both movies, but the first one's better. But they can have that little special quote from Space Jam between Bugs Bunny and Lola Bunny. So Porky Pig can be in this game. They got all these Looney Tunes and characters. Roadrunner. It goes on and on. It's too many characters. This was just something just to be silly. I put him in the list. Anybody remember Fredburger? Fredburger. This was for the fun. He was from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. But Billy can get in the game. Mandy can be in the game. She's gonna be tough, I'm sure, because she's a fighter as well. Billy can be goofy, but Grim can also be in the game, just wreaking havoc with his scythe, swinging it for some combos, stuff like that. Now I'm gonna just start talking about. I dive into the DC world because you see how we got Superman and Batman. We got all these different characters in the game. Why not have some more extensions of DC characters to be included with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Harley Quinn? why not have the Joker? I put Joker in my list, some villains from Batman's universe, and that's even more voice lines and dialogue that he can say. Just Scarecrow, I put Scarecrow in my list. Joker, Two-Face, and then outside of the villains, I went the Flash, and then the Green Lantern. Green Lantern could fit. It's just so many DC characters, DC heroes and villains that they can put in here. Poison Ivy can be in this game. I'm not sure if that's gonna be possibly a character. She can fit. They got some good character models. They gonna look good with these characters and these villains coming up in this game. It looks beautiful, just like this music as I just go through this list. Thundercats. I would like Lionel. Lionel could be in any one of them from the Thundercats. And then Eddy, they can come out as a trio, but they can be their own separate fighters. Or maybe they can be playable as you switch between them, but they share the same percentage of damage. Or you switch between Ed and Eddy, Ed being the tank, maybe Eddy being a little bit faster, and then Double D can have some slick moves for his genius techniques to give the Eds a buff, something like that. But you see how they can really implement that? I would love to see the Eds in this game. And the original Teen Titans, I don't care if they can't get the original Teen Titans, I'm fine with that. As long as it's a Titan, it can be Cyborg, Robin. Robin can be in this game. Robin can definitely have something to say to Batman. Being on the sidelines and being in this, being out of the spotlight and just having a showdown. It's just something like that. And that's why I think they can do like a story mode. I want to see a story mode. I want to talk about that too. It's just with all these amazing characters, it could be a playable story and let these characters be unlocked. I'm not sure if they're going to be locked characters, but they can have a story to expand. Unlock the Titans and just be able to, have these different these voice lines and so much more to interact with the characters depending on who they fight. Static Shock. He's another favorite I want in this game, and we're just expanding now. Let's head over to Hogwarts. I kept Harry Potter. They can get anybody from, Gryffindor, the House of Gryffindor, Hermione, Ron, or Harry Potter. But I would like to have Harry Potter the most. And I definitely know he's going to be a mage type to be able to have these spells and these different abilities to be able to inflict some crazy damage on the opponent, some good skins, I'm sure. And with the voice lines, he can call out those different those spells. I don't remember all of them, but it's going to be perfect. He'll be so much fun to play with. Harry Potter, I'll definitely pick him up. Neo, the one and only. Neo, Agent Smith can be in this game. And then you can get both of them in the game. And then have Agent Smith say, Mr. Anderson, we meet again. See what I'm saying? That can be a series of one-on-ones. It's some kind of one-on-one sort of interaction. I would love to see that. And so when I was doing some research, I put in some Marvel characters, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and stuff like that. Spider-Man had a show on Warner Bros. It was called The Spectacular Spider-Man. That was playing on the channel. So they can probably get the spectacular version of Spider-Man in this game. That could be a skin, and then maybe they can expand and get into movie versions to make those paid DLC, maybe at some point. So it'd be fun. Spider-Man being able to swing around hard to hit really fast, but he'll only be able to swing a certain amount of times. So that way it fits that balance, and they can't keep running away from you. So some other characters from Cartoon Network: Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo. Of course, the Roddy Road Boys can be in the game. Fuzzy Lumpkins, the Gang Green Gang, Miss Vellum. And then some people mentioned Sedusa. She can be in the game. Then you put the mayor in here. It'll be so much fun and super funny to see. You got Shaggy in this game. You got Shaggy and Velma. You got two Scooby-Doo characters. Where's Scooby-Doo in this? He can't get a spotlight. He can't get in. So I put him in it. Samurai Jack. They can mix him up with Aku, Popeye the Sailor Man. And then just to wrap up, for the end of my list, I could have added so much more characters, Adult Swim characters have a good chance to be in this game. Some people said Rick and Morty is part of the game. They had some kind of special sort of hint or appearance in the trailer, something like that, or they're in the files. Rick and Morty is going to be in the game. I put the Boondocks, Space Ghosts, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, if y'all seen that, Shake, Meatwad, and Frylock. 3 good characters, 3 powerful characters. I think Frylock and Meatwad being the most dangerous, but nothing can really hurt Meatwad because he always comes back and he can just put himself back together. But they can get the Aqua Teen Hunger Force being in there. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, assemble. They can fight together too, like the Eds. They can do that in the trio, where you can switch between Shake, Meatwad, and Frylock, and they share the same health or percentage of damage. And then I think this was one of the weirdest shows that I've seen from Adult Swim. It doesn't come on. It didn't last that long. Anybody remember 12 Ounce Mouse? 12 Ounce Mouse. 12 Ounce Mouse. He was going crazy in the show. They had a whale as a mayor. And it's like, how is he even on land? He should be in the water and stuff like that. It was just a crazy show. But it'll be goofy and something different. But 12 Ounce Mouse could be in this game going crazy. He'd probably be throwing beer bottles or something like that. Family Guy. I put Stewie Griffin. You know how dangerous he can be. He got all these different weapons and skills and techniques, and he's a fighter. Stewie Griffin's going to be a good little pick. The world is mine. Something like that. So you see all these different characters. They can have all these different worlds represented, and it just makes me super excited. I just wanted to talk about this today. It's like super excited, just getting closer to the beta, the open beta. It could be anybody, and even if none of these characters are in the game from my list, that's fine too. They're eventually gonna probably be in the game, whether it's either probably not all the shows and all the characters I mentioned today. It's probably not gonna be in the game right away, but later on down the line, they can add more to expand. But you just know that it's gonna be super fun. And it's going to be free to play with all these different characters, all the shows we grew up watching. It doesn't matter where you started. It doesn't have to be, oh, you didn't watch the original shows, so you can't play. And everybody started somewhere different. And they'll be able to get to know these shows and these characters. Maybe shows that you guys missed out on, they'll be able to watch. And you guys will be able to check out and look up these characters and the shows that you never seen before and you didn't know too much about. You can check out and start watching these shows and play catch up from these different eras of these shows. Because Cartoon Network is so different, Nickelodeon's different. It's not the old times anymore. We have newer characters like Steven on Cartoon Network and originals that started it and paved the way, like Bugs Bunny on the left, running into Steven Universe. Their Cartoon Network is a Cartoon Network original, and then a newer Cartoon Network character that was created as time went on. So there's different eras and different times just represented in this game, and that's what I like about it. And it's so much fun. But let me know what you guys think of my list, and you can name the characters you want, as many as you want. Some characters that you might want to see in the beta, maybe some characters down the line that you think might be available to play in this game.